Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 559. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
And Tony Korkanakis.
Classic Star-Lord.
I didn't see it yet. I didn't watch it yet. I've been so busy. I've been busy around the house, doing a lot of repairs, regrading my entire property. I think I did talk to you guys last week. I've been out there watering it like crazy, even though we had a freaking hurricane. And I'm actually going to be joining high-speed internet, I hope. I'm getting Optimum tomorrow, so we'll see how that is. So my Verizon cell tower is right there. I can see it blinking at me, but my connection has been really shit like the last week. It's almost like they knew like Optimum's available. It's like let's just get out of here. Like I looked to I just looked at Verizon LTE home network and it's no longer listed in my area, which is weird, by the way. But now I'm gonna have to pay for their modem because I bought that with a fucking device agreement, and there's no contract, but you have to buy the device. So I got to buy their modem, which means at least if I don't like Optimum, which I'm a little worried about because it's a cable company, I can go back to Verizon. But we'll see. I'm going to 300 meg. I figure that's plenty for me and my downloads, my games, and some gaming a little bit. I don't need gigabit, so I'm not streaming like crazy, So should be good. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, so I've been doing a lot of housework and stuff, but I have watched some stuff to kick us off here. I am on episode 24, Tony. I'm not done yet. I know, but I was only on episode 13.
Last week. Did you not say I will be done with this series by next week?
I watched 11 episodes. It's pretty good. That's over 3 hours. That's over 3 hours of content.
I'm not disputing that it's good, but did you not say last week you'll be done with it?
I thought I would be. I thought I'd be watching Ava too. I was going to watch Ava. That's queued up as well. And I'm like, I'm sitting here and I'm halfway through episode 24 right now. It's the medical rehab episode. That's how far I am. So I'm far into it. I'm almost done, but
it's okay.
I looked up when season 2 starting in October, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. It's actually hooked me. The arc in the woods there, like I was like, this is awesome. Yeah, I was blitzing.
That right there was like amazing. Like that's what took it to that next level for me.
Yep, I never got there. I was at that drum guy forever, and I was like, this is okay show. It's fine. And then you get to like this other world of things. Like you're in another level. You know what I mean? You're like, holy shit, there's way more to this world than you know.
They expanded and went deep. At that point.
So I'm enjoying that. I watched Ted Lasso as well. And that's fantastic. Like Corey always says, that's excellent. I'm caught up in that. So I have watched that. And there was wrestling on the whole weekend too. And Amanda likes wrestling. So we were watching a lot of the wrestling stuff.
Goldberg had a real match.
Goldberg had an actual match. You knew that. Yeah. I like Goldberg, but I understand he's almost 60 and it's like, I don't know why they keep trying to bring him back, but he would, yeah, I know. I said almost. So that's like someone saying I'm almost 50, so I get it. But it's fun. It was fun to watch him actually have a legitimate match that wasn't spears and that's it. Spears and body slams. It was actually a good match for him. And John Cena was back, which had a great match. Great match from John Cena.
He's 44.
Other than that, though, it was
He's 44 himself.
Yeah, I know. And by the way, John Cena, if you're listening, which you're not, but if you're listening, it's time to let the hair go, man. It's over. You've lost that battle, dude.
Wow.
It is over. So,
I'm sure
he's
Hollywood.
Yeah, he has the comb over going all over the back of his head that you never see in the movies. But it's when you see him in the wrestling, he has to run around the ring. You're like, oh, dude, it might be time to let that thing go. Just embrace the baldness. Sometimes it's better. He gets a little Vin Diesel vibe then at that point, right? Doesn't he want that?
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it for me. Tony, were you watching anything? What If, right?
I definitely watched What If. That was a great episode.
Oh, was it great? Like
episode.
It's Black Panther as Star-Lord, right? I mean, that's is it like Guardians episode? Guardians of the Galaxy 1 with Star-Lord? Is that with Black Panther? Okay, it's his own.
No, I mean, there are elements that you're going to be like, okay, you know, and you're going to see a lot of the familiar characters, but it's not
sure.
Like the first episode was definitely just like, hey, pretty much a retread of like, hey, what if it was Captain Carter instead of Captain America?
That's why I asked if it was like a retread, you know.
Right, which is one I understand. But this, I think actually now that I've watched the first 2 episodes, I wonder if they intentionally led with Captain Carter, because you would think that Guardians of the Galaxy, as you know, T'Challa as Star-Lord, to like give you the hoodwink where it's like, we're gonna change things up on you, stuff like that. This was really, really funny in my opinion. I like it a lot. I've watched it multiple times actually, just because it's really funny and clever.
I'm checking that out tomorrow. So.
Yeah, and like it's. So I'll lead off with, it was like kind of touching to hear Chadwick his voice, because he voiced the character again, knowing that this was his last thing he did.
He's got this series.
Well, I mean, he has series. He has a couple more episodes. I think.
I think he's got 3 appearances in the series. So
yes,
I think it's 3.
Yeah, but I mean, he did a great job, and it's actually interesting because going into this, I'm like, I wonder which, you know, T'Challa I like now better. Because I thought he did a great job in both Civil War and Black Panther, obviously. But I don't know. Mm-hmm. Star-Lord T'Challa is pretty good, too. So highly recommend to watch that. And then, what did I watch? On Netflix, I just put something on the background while I was cleaning. It was the Toys That Made Us.
Oh, yeah.
I watched the episode on G.I. Joe. I don't really care for G.I. Joe, but I was out of them at this point, so I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'll just put that in the background and stuff like that. Really interesting history behind that, and I guess this was the first thing to launch the like action figure line, because they're like, well, how do we sell this? Because this is essentially a doll for boys, but we can't say doll because that's like just, you know, marketing death. So like, it's an action figure. It's like, ooh, like action, stuff like that. So like the one guy that like helped create it, like he's like, don't you ever say doll in front of my face when referring to G.I. Joe. And I'm like, okay, dude. Like,
wow.
Okay. So like, I don't think he's like super serious, but he like sounded serious. And just knowing kind of the history of that. And actually, there's some interesting trivia. They started out as like a premium, like 6-inch figure line and stuff like that. Kind of died out after a little while. And then they decided to resurrect it. But by this point, Star Wars was so popular, they're like, well, you know, how can we compete with Star Wars? Because Star Wars is more popular, has movies and all this other crap now. And we have nothing. G.I. Joe launched without the TV show or comic book originally. I didn't know that. So I thought that was cool. Oh. And then when they were like, well, okay, let's shrink it down to the 3.5 or 3 point,
like
whatever.
3.75, 3.75, I think.
To match Star Wars, because it would help reduce costs and stuff like that, so they could match on price. But one interesting thing I thought was really cool, just as like a bit of trivia, after they had all the planned characters for the first wave or whatever like that, they're like, oh, it's a little bit too expensive for the budget, whatnot. And they're like, how can we reduce that? And somebody's like, oh, we had to, I think, take away some of the decor or flair or whatever. It's called like the paint details and stuff like that.
They had a lot of metallic paint in the beginning. Yes. I remember that.
Yes. So somebody clever was like, okay, instead of removing a little bit of flair off of every character, let's remove all the color from one character, like one figure. And they're like, will that work? And they're like, yeah. So like, oh, this guy, he's going to be all black. Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes.
And that wound up being the most popular character to me. So it's like, it's kind of fascinating seeing the first G.I. Joe just like literally, there you go.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, Snake Eyes. And he's just completely black, no flair. He has grenades and all this other stuff on him, just all black.
So like, not only did it save them money, it made them a fortune because that was the most popular character. Yep. So yeah. Yep. So, I love these Toys That Made Us stuff. Like the movies that made us was really good too. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And
like I watched the Hello Kitty one and I'm like, I'm not even into Hello Kitty. I'm like, I gotta watch this.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And then one other thing that I thought was cool was because whenever they were about to release that one wave, it was like right when a new Star Wars was coming out. And they're like, we don't want to compete against peak Star Wars toy selling season because it's probably not going to do as good. Let's delay it by like a year or something like that, or 6 months or whatever the hell it was. And they're like, okay. And in that time, they like got the comic started up and they did all like the character profiles on the card, if you remember and stuff like that. Because they were going to launch. It's like, hey, there's just some dude. Here's his name. Like no fucking information on what he does.
No, on the back of it, they had a nice profile on the back. That's why I used to love to read the back of the boxes. But yeah.
Yep. So I thought that was really cool. Again, just
it's cool.
I love that show. I hope they continue making more. I think they did to the 3rd season. Mike, did you ever check out the Turtles episode? Because I know.
Yeah, I've watched the Turtles and the Power Rangers.
Yeah, the Power Rangers one was really good too.
I didn't see that one yet. I watched the Turtles one, but I haven't seen the Power Rangers one.
Ranger one's pretty interesting too. So
yeah,
I don't know what
that was a craze. That was such a craze back then too. I was like near the end of. I was out of toys already, but like I got in the craze of getting Power Rangers. So I'm like, I still want these things. Yeah. So like I had the Megazord and all that stuff.
Was there a Batman one yet or no?
No, they didn't do Batman toys.
I guess it's different because it's not like, toys.
It could do like the Marvel superhero stuff. They did a lot of the Marvel heroes toys. Corey and I used to have tons of that shit. Like that's how Corey would come over as kids. We used to play those things like crazy superhero toys. Yeah. But yeah, that's cool. Anything else?
No, that's pretty much it.
Mike?
So I watched a little more Titans.
Season 3.
Yes. I am 1 episode behind still. I think they come out on Thursdays.
Yeah.
I like what they did. They did a pretty big thing within the context of the show. A big thing happened. I want to say episode 5 or something. And the whole episode is like, are they really going to go through with this? And then like, oh, yes, they did. There's good and bad with Titans, but it's interesting, and I'm still liking it, and I'm curious to see what it goes. And I also found that Vincent Kartheiser, who most people know from Mad Men, but I know as Connor from Angel, he is in it as Scarecrow in Titans. So
cool.
I found.
Nice.
I found him.
Did you ever watch? What's the Brendan Fraser one that's really funny? Like it's kind of like the
Doom Patrol.
Did you ever watch the Doom Patrol one? I watched the season 1 of that.
Yeah, I watched both seasons of that as well. So the 3rd season's coming soon. I didn't like the 2nd season quite as much, but because it's all about, well, whatever. You have to kind of see the end of, I think, the 1st season to even know what that's about. But no, they're definitely a trip, the Doom Patrol seasons and episodes. It's definitely more in line with Legion as far as everything's kind of weird and you go into people's minds a lot, so stuff happens there. So I like both shows really. Titan's a little more straightforward, but we'll see how it goes. It's weird being current with the show. I am 1 behind, but I'll catch up real quick.
I want to watch season. I'm 4 episodes into season 2, so season 2, I heard, is kind of a mixed bag throughout the season. So, to me, I remember from season 1 to 2, I feel like you had to watch the premiere of season 2 to get closure on season 1. Like, I watched that one right away.
But season 1 was a terrible finale. If you had to wait. Yeah.
It was a terrible. Yeah, I watched that one when the second it came out, and then I didn't watch the episodes until like much later. But I did watch that episode. At least I watched that.
Titans is a mixed bag, but I like that it's committed to being like an alternate take on all of these characters, really. So no, it's good. I'll keep watching that. And other than that, I've only watched like YouTube videos that examine like sonic music theory.
Yeah.
Which there is a kind of a lot of, which is fun.
Yeah. All right. You know what? I had a question for Tony. What?
Did we mention Corey's not going to be here?
Oh, Corey's not. I thought I said that in the beginning. Maybe I did.
I wasn't sure.
Corey's off today. I was going to ask about Demon Slayer though. The movie, does that pick up like continuation or is it?
Yes, like literally after the last episode of the season. You're supposed to watch the movie.
You have to watch the movie. Okay.
You have to watch the movie.
Okay.
Essentially, they're like, hey, instead of making this in the anime like TV series, we're just going to make a big budget animated movie.
Right. Cool.
So it's it's part of the story. Like, if you actually don't watch it, I think you're going to be really confused by the next season.
No, my plan is to watch that movie like right away after I'm done with this. So
yes, I would have one.
Okay. All right, let's get into some news. We're going to kick off with, I think, well, we have some box office, not really too much. Where's box office? Here we go. Let's see. What do we get this week? Weekend Free Guy. I still want to see that.
It's doing really well.
18.5 million. It's getting a sequel. Paw Patrol the movie, 13.1 million. Kids got to go. Kids want to see the movie still. Jungle Cruise is doing very well as well, considering it's on Disney Premiere. 6.3 million for that. So decent box office, actually, considering. It really makes me wonder how Shang-Chi's going to do. Like, it might still do pretty well. Like, there's a lot of people who are just tired of being locked in COVID, and they're just going to go out anyways and take their roll of dice, essentially. I'm not one of them. I'm not going to premieres of these things, but I'm not saying I'm not going to watch it like in a matinee, or maybe we'll do the drive-in or something. I'm going to see this movie. There's no question. I just don't know if I'm seeing it like prime time. You know what I mean? Like 8 o'clock showings, 7 o'clock showings. I'll probably go early in the day or something like that. So that's my plan.
We might see a matinee show on Saturday or something like that. It's reviewing pretty decently, in line with other Marvel movies. Rotten Tomatoes is at 92% after 97 reviews. Yeah. So probably going to be certified fresh.
It's certified. It sounds like it's going to be certified fresh. So that's awesome. I'm psyched for this movie. It looks so good. Yeah, that's your box office, and that's Shang-Chi. But talk about I guess the biggest news right this week is the SpiderMan trailer. Talking about movies that are coming this year. We finally got the No Way Home trailer. It leaked just before with terrible quality.
That was like the worst leak I've ever seen in my life. Like, I can't remember. Like, first of all, it's shot in portrait mode, which are like,
who does that? Who does that?
It's 2020 fucking one. Like, come the fuck on. But like, not only is it like portrait mode, but it's like somebody filming in portrait mode, or I think it was portrait mode of like just another phone in portrait mode. So it's like, what the fuck? Like, you obviously did something to be able to snag / steal / leak this, but you don't have the technical savvy to fucking do us a favor and put in landscape mode. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then whoever leaked it, like, put their obnoxious watermark like in huge things. I'm like, dude, it's first of all, it's fucking potato quality. Like, come on, man.
You want to glare? Like, I don't understand yelling to the rooftops essentially that you got the leak, and it's just like, I don't care, man. It's horrible. I didn't watch it. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not watching it. I'm gonna wait for it to actually come out because I knew they were gonna release it that quickly. Yeah. So yeah, they you haven't watched it yet?
I watched the trailer. I didn't watch the leak at all.
Oh yeah, no, the trailer.
I'm like, oh, that means the trailer will come out soon. It did.
Yeah, I think it's so weird because Shang-Chi, I think, is my most anticipated movie, and it probably still is, just because of the unknown of it, I guess. I don't know. I guess I'm actually really psyched to see Shang-Chi, just from the action sequences I've seen so far. The whole, like, the cast looks awesome. I mean, it looks like such an awesome martial arts flick, and a superhero martial arts flick, I just can't wait. I'm a sucker for that stuff, like martial arts flicks.
We're talking about Shang-Chi still, or
Shang-Chi, yes. So I'm saying that's my most anticipated, I think, thinking about it. But Spider-Man, that trailer was so awesome. Like, I think I posted, the one guy posted the 3 Spider-Men doing the Tobey, the dance, the Tobey Maguire dance, Spider-Man dance, and then they had Doctor Strange above it. I thought that was a great cut. But man, that trailer, I'm psyched, and dear Lord, like, why did they make, like, I think I got the same vibe as you did, Tony, where Doctor Strange is more of like seems very like not bumbling, but very easygoing for the guy who's like, learned his lesson about not doing that.
That's what I said.
Oh, you said that? Okay.
Yeah.
I just feel like,
I think it might be the way the trailer was cut, but
I definitely think it's the way
it definitely seemed kind of, he's like, oh sweet, I can do some magic shit. Let's do some magic shit. It's like, what?
Yeah, it just seemed not part of his character. It seemed like his character from the first movie, but it doesn't seem like his character after Endgame. After Endgame, you're like, shit changes, Yeah. So.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the thing is, like, first of all, it's a trailer cut. I mean, even going back to like Homecoming, they add stuff just to like throw you off when you do watch it. I even think the second movie, Far From Home, had some other stuff in the trailers that didn't wind up making the movie. But again, it's based off of fucking One More Day or whatever the hell it is, which wasn't, to my understanding, I never read the full thing, but like, to my understanding, was not a well-received book. But
no, it was very controversial.
Neither was Civil War. Yeah. Neither was Civil War. That wasn't well received by the end either. So
I thought that was very well received. So,
initially, sure. I mean, but the ending?
At the end of the day, it could be worse. We could be getting this
for that.
We could be getting
Captain America gets shot by a time bullet. Like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
So dumb. Anyway. back to Spider-Man. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it's going to be one of those things where Peter has to convince Steven somehow. I mean, in the comics, the way it shook down was that because he revealed who he was for Tony Stark for Civil War, actually, because he was losing momentum on the pro versus anti-superhero registration. Then one of the villains came after Aunt May. Aunt May got shot. So then Peter's feeling guilty. He goes to Steven. He's like, heal my Aunt May. And Steven's like, sorry, bro. Like, magic's not supposed to be used for a bullet wound. And probably your aunt's time. Like, everybody dies. This all whatnot. And Peter's like, all right, fuck you. Goes off. Makes a deal with the devil, who turns out to be Mephisto. Mephisto's like, all right, I'll save your Aunt May, but I'm going to take away your marriage to Mary Jane. It's like, what? Like, what? What the fuck?
Now, this was poorly received immediately and throughout. Basically, it seemed like a roundabout excuse to be like, let's just have him like other girls for a while. Like, I don't know. It's just like, I'm sick of him being married.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was fucking, God, I can't remember his name now, but like, he was like, Spider-Man, Peter Parker is really blown away when he's happily married and blah, blah, blah. He, just readers can't identify with that kind of shit. So like, my God, it's so fucking stupid. But then after all this, then Peter Parker goes crawling back to Doctor Strange again. And he was like, please, man, you gotta make the world forget that I ever, that my secret identity is Peter Parker. He's like, all right, bro, like, whatever, stuff like that. This is like, okay, this is fucking stupid. Like, you could do that, but you couldn't just heal his Aunt May. Like seriously? Like, come the fuck on. You were a surgeon.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I wouldn't say this is really taking too much influence from that. I just think it's Doctor Strange time now. He's going to be in everything for a little bit.
I think, without Iron Man now, he's got to take the role of that person. So we'll see. I mean,
which is, again,
the trailer's awesome.
That trailer kind of makes me feel like, Doctor Strange, do you know about magic? Like, what happens with magic? And then, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was funny that he's like, yeah, let's do this. And then he's like, oh, why did you make me do this, Peter? You stupid.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like Steven's probably going to be like, this is my prediction. Steven's going to be like, nah, dude, that's fucking stupid. Or, like, I don't do that shit. Wong's going to be like, good, because that's a terrible fucking idea. That spells shouldn't be used. And Steven's like, fuck you. Like, I'm the Sorcerer Supreme. Like, I want to do this spell just to show fucking Wong out. And then he does that whole, like, wink thing. But I'm wondering if his spell goes awry and causes even himself to forget that Peter Parker's Spider-Man, because they look like they're fighting each other at some point in the trailer. So,
maybe. I mean, it could also be a multiverse Doctor Strange. I mean, that you don't know what we're gonna get when we get to this multiverse of madness stuff. The cool thing was Alfred Molina back. Alfred Molina back as
that was the big kicker at the end.
Doc Ock. Yeah, love that. And obviously the cut there makes it look like he's talking to,
Tom Holland, Peter Parker.
Tom Holland, but we know he's got to be calling Tobey Maguire's Peter. He wouldn't be doing that to.
I mean, if he's in Spider-Man suit, he thinks Spider-Man is Spider-Man.
Yeah, I guess could be, but true. But I just feel like we're gonna get all three Spider-Men in this movie. I think it's gonna be awesome to see them united. It's gonna be interesting to see Tobey Maguire back as Spider-Man. It's gonna be weird, right? I mean,
he's become a meme superstar.
Do we get Venom, like their Venom? Do we get Topher Grace back?
No, God no. I hope not.
Yeah.
Supposedly,
Venom.
Supposedly, this is the way that Sony finally got their Sinister Six, because we have Doc Ock, if we have Norman Osborn, and then one of getting the names confused. Tom Holland's villains. I mean, you're halfway there, right?
Yeah, we had a Goblin Bomb in there too.
Yeah, there was a Goblin Bomb. There was Sandman. There was Sandstorm in there. There was a blurry villain in the background that could have been.
I think it was a lizard.
Could have been Lizard, or it could have been Venom. That's what they're not sure yet, but it probably was Lizard. So that's three right there.
Oh,
Doc
Ock, Electro. We know
Electro.
Jamie Foxx, Electro.
The only thing missing is Vulture, which we've had in that movie anyways. So
yeah, but I think Vulture is going to be missing from Mephisto.
Okay.
Morbius. I'm sorry, Morbius.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's gonna be Rhino.
Interesting. I mean, they swapped that out. They've swapped that one out.
I just hope it's not fucking Amazing Spider-Man Rhino, who's just like in a fucking robot suit.
He's literally a stinger to be like, I'm not that sad. I can do things at the end of that movie, which was terrible.
Yeah.
That was such a bummer before that, too. And he's just like, and I'll beat Rhino. I'm happy now.
Yeah. It is funny how, like, if you think about it, this, what is it? No Home? What's the title of the movie?
No Way Home.
No Way Home. I was like, Nowhere Home? Or I was like, that doesn't make sense. That for Tobey Spider-Man 3, that was poorly received, for sure.
Yes.
Amazing Spider-Man never even got a 3, and this is Tom Holland's Spider-Man's official number 3 movie. So it's kind of cool, like how it like seems like there's the redemption, the second chance, and then the natural like just third one in the trilogy. So, I don't know. I find that kind of cool. Just it's like, oh look, like maybe they'll get a good send off.
We are all in agreement. We do need the famous Spider-Man meme scene in this movie, right? We all do need the pointing at each other, right? Yeah, right. That needs to happen. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the emo Peter Parker dance. I'm like, maybe we don't.
Maybe that. But I'm saying the pointing Spider-Man thing is where they have to have. They really do. So
I do think I don't need a lot from Amazing Spider-Man at all. But there is a generation, a very
emo Spider-Man,
a small like sub-segment of a generation that's like, yeah, Garfield Spider-Man.
The one thing we won't get would be James Franco back. I'm pretty certain, but we'll see.
Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah. So we won't be getting him back. He's got the most famous line from that movie too. So good. It's like it is like the best delivery ever, and I'm just like, it sucks. He's a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like that's just.
The thing about Tobey Maguire is too. Apparently, he's like no one likes working with him, and he's kind of mean to everyone too. So.
But he's not the star. So what is he supposed to do? How's he gonna be an ass?
The thing, I think he asked for like a bunch of money. This was a rumor that he asked for like a outlandish amount of money just to be in this at all. Like, and I don't know if they did it or not, but whatever, we'll see.
So that's part of where, like, I mean, I don't want to track too much from the conversation. Maybe we'll put this as a pin, but like, this is where it kind of upsets me. Where like those celebrities who get like so full of themselves because they're so popular. It's like, you want me to come reprise this role after fucking 20 years? Pay me $20 million, bitches. It's like,
it's
like,
ridiculous.
Like, come on. Like, it's not just obviously, yes, corporate Disney / Sony wants him to be in the movie so they can use it as a draw. But like, it's like, those are the fans that like want to see you. Like, that's why they're doing it.
He also hasn't been in much of anything late. Like, I think he's had like a break or something for like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, come on, man. You got money. Or maybe you don't. Yeah. I don't know.
It's been a while.
Like, come on. Like, I don't know. That's where I'm just like, all right, you know what? Pay him his money for this one-time fucking movie, and then you could switch to like animated or hand-drawn or whatever, then just fucking be like, yeah, whatever, like, fuck you, What if, and stuff like that. We'll relegate your character to this if you want to be shit about it.
All right. Dominic Thorne is playing Riri Williams. Apparently he's going to debut in Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which is interesting. Now, that's character Riri Williams is Ironheart, right? Ironheart? That's why I got it right?
Yep.
Dominic?
Dominic Williams is... Dominic. What's that? Dominique, yeah.
Okay, I thought you said Dominic.
No, so I'm saying Dominique, sorry. I'm saying quick, but no, Dominique Williams. So, so she's playing Ironheart, which is a young, basically Iron Man, essentially. She creates her suit, and I don't know much about her story, but I know that it was a very popular comic book run. I'm interested to see what happens and how she's in that. I wonder if she works like with them to make the suit. I don't know what they're going to do with that yet, or improve the suit, because there's no Tony Stark in this universe now.
Well, I guarantee this is how it's going to play out, because the end of Black Panther, they're starting their Wakandan outreach program, with that one school or whatever in the city where Killmonger, his dad and him grew up. So she's probably going to be like a, I don't know, scholarship student exchange thing, or I don't know, something like that.
Could be.
This hand waving. Like, you don't really need to like that big of an excuse for it. But tying into that, apparently they're shooting Black Panther 2 right now, and obviously, one of the big questions is like, oh, well, what are they going to do with the mantle? but a person has been seen on set that's like just covered in like a black cloak, and it appears to be like around the same size and stature of Shuri's actress. So it's pointing at Shuri being Black Panther. So
I wonder what they're going to do with that story for him. Like, I don't know how they're going to handle that. Like, I don't know. Like, you don't want to, do you kill a character off, or do you just...
Yeah, you got it. Like, how else are they going to address that? Like, Black Panther just disappeared.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
To space or something. I don't know.
I don't know. So,
I wonder if they'll tie it into like why that movie happens. You know, like
that could be.
He gets
they took long.
Yeah,
they took long enough to actually do it, so they might be able to tie it together with it. So, all right, let's see what else we got here. Cowboy Bebop. We got scenes from that now with John Cho as Spike, Mustafa Shakir as Jet Black, and Daniela Pineda as Faye Valentine. So we got to see screenshots from it. Looks pretty damn good.
Yeah,
doesn't it? Like, it looks good.
Really good. Yeah.
I loved the Cowboy Bebop. With the exception of the ending, I'm famous for not liking the ending of Cowboy Bebop. This is what got if you have a conversation with Corey and myself, like we hear us talking, this is the famous gym conversation with Cowboy Bebop. It started with this movie or the show, I'm sorry. And it's continued because certain things happen in that I feel like need to be part of the story, and it felt forced to me. I still argue that to this day. Still argue to this day. So, but I do look forward to seeing what Netflix is going to do with it, especially after watching some more Kenshin stuff. I haven't finished Kenshin yet because it's a 2.5-hour movie, and I'm like, I wanted to watch Demon Slayer. Like, I turned on Kenshin, and I'm watching more of it, and I'm like, and then Tony's words are echoing in my head, like, just fucking finish Demon Slayer. So I'm like, that's it. I'll go back and I'll watch Demon Slayer. So that's what I did. That's really what happened. I literally turned it on, and every time I log in, it's like, oh, finish watching this. And I'm like, nope, more Demon Slayer. So I'll probably have them both done next week because there's only 3 episodes of Demon Slayer left. So, although I'm watching Demon Slayer movie now because I have to watch that. Now that I'm hooked on this show. Although now we got a whole new cast of people. I have no idea who they are. And I'm like, they have 2 episodes. I'm sorry, I'm now on a tangent. They have like 2 episodes to give me who the hell these people are before it goes to break. And I'm like, this fucking sucks. Like, I would have liked to have this crew like introduced earlier, and they could have cut out like the drum demon. I feel like they could have cut that out. I feel like the drum demon guy could have been cut, and they could have brought these guys in earlier, and we could have had this whole established character thing in this group, the Hirasu? The Hirasu?
I don't know how to pronounce it,
yeah. So, but whatever they're called. But I don't know. Anyways, so what are we talking about? Yeah, Cowboy Bebop looks good though. Definitely looks good on Netflix. Let's see. The Black Widow lawsuit for Scarlett Johansson has revealed what Black Widow has made worldwide right now. Almost 500 million worldwide. It's pretty impressive.
That's really fucking impressive, actually. Like for COVID. I almost said post.
So the idea is that like, which part is she supposed to get royalties off of?
The box office only.
Is it domestic or worldwide? The box
I'm gonna guess it's worldwide because there's no way she would have signed just a domestic contract knowing that the worldwide box office when you sign this is huge.
So basically the only thing she can say is she's missing out on that like 125
million.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or whatever royalties that would lead to.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting to see how that works out because it's a third of it. It is like a third of the amount. What is that going to be for her? She's arguing millions here, so whatever. She's making like 50 million anyways on this thing, and
again, it's like,
which is why she's not going to come out of this looking well. She can try to play whatever card she's trying, which is also kind of a little gross in my opinion. To try to play this is misogyny a card. Why?
Well, I mean, ShangChi's not doing it.
Against
in her defense there, she's got precedent where now ShangChi is not doing this, and she had to do this with her movie?
Well, I mean, they came out at different times.
Well, I would say it was safer then when it came out.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Look, I understand, like, in this aspect, Disney's kind of being a dick corporate, faceless entity.
Corporate Disney,
but at the same time, like, Scarlett, she's not exactly poor. I'm sorry. Like she's been in so many blockbuster movies, so many highly regarded, critically acclaimed, well reviewed.
She's like highest earning actress for like a few years in a row.
Right.
A few years in a row.
Like she's not exactly broke. So I like either way, I don't really care the outcome of this particular lawsuit. Like it's giant multi-billion-dollar company versus
she gets paid,
millionaire,
paid,
like
or they
millionaire celebrity. Like right.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's like okay, wow. Like
I mean, her character's dead anyway, and even now she's more dead because they're probably not going to play nice after this.
Well, no, exactly. But like the thing is, like it's weird for her to even like be calling it misogynistic because it's like, well, the whole reason you didn't get a movie beforehand was because it was under not Bob, obviously it was under Bob, but Ike Perlmutter, who was a notorious douchebag misogynist, and then finally Kevin Feige got out of his thumb and was like, all right, yeah, we're doing a Black Widow movie. He's like, how are you gonna fucking say this is misogyny? Like, it sucks it happened to your movie. But like it easily could have happened to ShangChi. Could have easily happened to Eternals, anything like that. It's just, sorry, yours got cut. Like
it could still happen to Eternals. I mean, I think the verdict's out here. Shang-Chi, seeing how it does.
Yeah,
they might release Eternals on Disney Plus because of box office issues.
Yeah,
sure. I mean, there's also though Scarlett Johansson expects a little more. Like these relatively new actors are like, if they get anything, they'll be like, sweet.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about last. Yeah. Like, you know, what's the name? Shang-Chi's actor, Simu Liu. Like he's through the roof about this role, you know, and you know he's not getting paid anywhere near fucking Scarlett Johansson, and you know, it's like, oh well, you know, after being in 6 movies and blah blah blah, like, oh, all of a sudden now you're misogynist. Like, I'm sorry, I can't cry for either of them right now. So it's like. Cool, like.
I mean, it's definitely a loophole where, like, oh, we don't need to pay for a third of this. It's you know, it's a problem with the whole idea, and that's why it might change a little. But
yeah, I'm not saying like you obviously don't need like.
I don't know if this is the time and place to like be the one to, and not to mention she's there's some a little bit of questionable things around her. As well. I don't know if she's the one to claim victim.
Like even with Weinstein, I think she kind
of. There's a lot of actresses who are on record being like, "I love Harvey Weinstein," but that's just kind of how the game they were playing, unfortunately. Yeah, I won't hold that against anyone, but no, it was more.
Well,
like,
I'm just saying, I'm not going to hold it against her, but you can't claim misogyny if you were defending Weinstein. Like, I'm sorry, like you just can't. You lose your ability to do that.
I don't know. I think they had to just play the game they were given at the time. I'm not going to.
I mean, that could be the argument, but who knows?
Yeah, but, the point is I don't see her coming out of this well. I think public.
Yeah, I agree.
First, I think Disney is master of PR. Like, I don't think you can beat them in PR ever.
Oh, yeah, 100%. They have some of the best legal team in the world. Like,
and she's already been, like kind of not the most popular, I think, with just some of her stances about how she can play anyone, the whole Ghost in the Shell thing.
Oh, yeah. Like, that's exactly why I'm just like, I can't feel sorry for her. I can't. In no universe.
And I don't even disagree with everything she's ever, like, all that stuff, but this part here is like, you can't be the victim here. Like, I mean, technically a little bit, but... A little bit.
Only 1% first world problems. Like, oh man, I'm only making $50 million off of this instead of like $70 million. Oh no, can't afford another yacht this year, fuckers.
It's not reading the room. I'll go say that at least.
No.
All right. Lastly, on the news, and this is breaking news, and it's not official yet, but it seems like Venom 2: Let There Be Carnage will be delayed until 2022, taking January's. Morbius' slot in January. So another delay happening.
Well, they said 2 weeks, and I'm like, if you're delaying it for COVID, 2 weeks is almost irrelevant.
See, the weird part is like, how are they delaying it for COVID reasons? They're not saying why this is getting delayed.
It's got to be that. They just don't,
What else? No.
You think it's like content-wise, reshoot?
I don't know, but like, why would you delay it and then delay it again? Now, like, I don't understand the purpose of this.
It sounds like a COVID delay.
But then say that.
No one wants. It's a dirty word now.
Ugh. It's just everywhere. You might as well fucking say it. It's everywhere. Jesus Christ. You're an ostrich? Put your hand in the fucking sand?
I mean, that's like YouTube videos get, marked if you say it or something. We're not,
Still, it's ridiculous, but anyways, yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. That looks like that's going to happen. 2022. It makes more sense than what they did for that 2-week delay. I was like, why are they delaying this for 2 weeks? Like, what's the point of that?
Speaking of long delays, when is the James Bond movie slated to be released?
November.
Let's see if that gets delayed. Oh,
wait, maybe
there's a new James Bond movie.
Yeah, it's been on delayed forever.
It's like 3 years old at this point, but it hasn't come out yet. I would laugh if that got delayed again.
That one is slated for. What's the name of that one? Shit.
No Time to Die.
No Time to Die is
release, apparently.
Yeah, No Time to Release. That one is listed for. I don't know. October 8th.
Ooh, that might get delayed.
Yeah. There's a lot of people saying it might get delayed on this thread. Yeah. So it's either that day or it's not happening because they're talking about delaying it until like November, December. And then it's like, is January happening? I mean, we have flu season coming back around. And come on.
Anything past, I would say October is just, don't even fucking worry about it. Like
SpiderMan, how are they going to launch that movie in December?
Don't know, man. I wouldn't count on it.
Are they banking? Maybe they're banking on the third shot now.
I don't know. You can't predict these things, but if the weather factor is the same as it was last year, by late October things will get super shitty again.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, we got schools coming back in session soon, so things are going to get bad. So we'll see. All right, that's going to wrap it up. That's the end of this episode. So thanks for tuning in. You can write us allyoucangeek@gmail.com.
I need to bring the mood up again.
Yeah, we'll get vaccinated, and then we can bring the mood fucking up. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Sorry. If you're vaccinated, I'm sorry. If you're vaccinated, you know exactly what the fuck I'm saying. So yep. I'm not even going to apologize to you guys. You're probably saying the same thing. Anyways, so it's going to wrap up this episode. Thanks for tuning in. Write us allyoucangeek@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, please. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think about these movies coming out in the future. What you thought of the Spider-Man trailer. I'd love to hear about these comments, guys. Talk to you later. See you on the Gamecast. We're out.